Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome to the very first Heart Compass. This is a new space within Soul Maps with Maya. We're going to be exploring relationships in all of their forms, not just romantic relationships, but also friendships, family dynamics, boundaries, healing, self-worth, and perhaps the most important relationship of all, you guessed it, ourselves. I've spent a lot of time over the past year rebuilding my own life. There's been seasons of uncertainty, seasons of surrender, and seasons I simply tried to just make it through the day. There's been seasons where I found myself quietly sitting in the RV, maybe listening to the rain, waiting for a booking, and finally having enough space to just hear my own thoughts again. And one thing I've come to realize is that the relationship we have with ourselves quietly sets the tone for every other relationship we experience. We have to ask ourselves some hard questions, though. Do we trust ourselves? Do we speak kindly to ourselves? And do we honor our own boundaries? Do we even allow ourselves to rest without guilt? Do we feel worthy of receiving support, abundance, friendship, or even love? I think many of us spend years trying to understand why certain people came into our lives, why relationships repeat similar patterns, why we struggle to let go, and why we keep searching for someone outside of ourselves to make us feel whole or happy. But what if healing isn't always dramatic? What if healing is simply learning to become a kinder companion to ourselves? Maybe healing looks like taking a nap when you're exhausted. Maybe healing looks like saying no to something that drains you. Maybe healing looks like eating a good meal. Maybe healing looks like realizing that you no longer need to chase every opportunity, because the opportunities that truly fit you will allow your nervous systems to soften and breathe. You know, I've noticed recently that the things that seem to be coming into my life now don't feel stressful. They don't feel forced, and they don't ask me to sacrifice who I am. They simply seem to support the life that I'm trying to build. And I think that's worth paying attention to. Sometimes we think our heart compass is trying to lead us toward another person, but perhaps sometimes our heart compass is simply trying to guide us back home to ourselves, to a place where we trust ourselves, where we enjoy our own company, where we sit quietly in our own little corner of the world and realize that maybe we're doing better than we thought. Maybe we're not behind. Maybe we're not lost. Maybe we're simply becoming, and perhaps that's enough for today. Thank you for joining me for the very first Heart Compass. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Tell me, what is the one way you've learned to become a kinder companion to yourself? Until next time, travel gently, trust your heart, and remember that your heart compass already knows the way. Until then, bye-bye.